In today's video, we're going to be reviewing the Tim Henson signature bundle from Ernie Ball. Let's get into it. First thing you notice when you get this is it is very aesthetic in a way that it's just plain white, just black printing on either side of it. Mine came from the dungeon, hence all this scuff mark. I picked up my one from the guys over at Andertons down in Guildford. When you go to open the box, you'll end up seeing this nice black insert. You get two sets of strings, both electric and acoustic. You get a Henson designed fret wrap and a supposed 10-foot cable. I'm going to be trying both sets of strings on the TOD10N and my Ibanez Premium series. Now with the TOD10, I've played this for a couple of months and I haven't changed the strings. These are completely stock strings, and since having this, the signature set has come out, so I'll be comparing the stock version to the new version of the strings. With my Ibanez AZ, I'm going to be swapping out my usual Zadario strings for the Ernie Ball set of a 9.5 to 46. Let's get these strung up and get them tested. So going into this, I'm not typically an Ernie Ball user, but I thought, you know what, let's give it a go. And to be honest, I didn't feel too much of a difference from my regular brand. Going for the 9.5 up to 46. 46 isn't an uncommon number. Typically see the 9s or 10s or even 11s on some people's high E string. So the 9.5 was very much thought out, very precise in that measure. Very easy to tell as you're playing, the whole tension across the whole string set feels really nicely balanced. It can sometimes be typical when you buy a set of strings from the shelf that there might be one or two strings that are a little bit floppier than the others. I've been playing with these strings for about a week now, and I've been bending them and retuning them and doing everything that I can, really attacking them in my personal playing. And they've held up really, really nicely. There's been no sign of struggle or stress. Overall, on the electric side, I would have to give it a pretty solid 8 out of 10. The reason why I'm giving these about an 8 personally is because they're not my usual go-to. So I'm just not used to them, and I don't want that recency bias to be like, these are the best strings in the world. Because let's be honest, we can all do that sometimes. We'll go, something brand new, it's like, oh, this is amazing. And then you sit with it for a bit, you're like, oh, it's just all right. I've had them on for about a week. I've played them pretty much every single day. And other than the retuning that you do at the start of the week, as in like when you put on a fresh set of strings, you gotta break them in that little bit. Other than that, in the first day, I've had no issues with them at all. Now, onto the acoustic. If you've ever changed classical strings in your life, you know it can be a little bit fiddly. I hadn't changed the strings on this since I got it around my birthday. When it came to changing strings, I did it one by one, and I did it so I could see the difference between each string, and it is a noticeable difference. These are a lot thinner, so much so that I actually lost the first string. I got it out of the packet, put them side by side and get it on camera. By the time I got the camera, it disappeared. But I found it, it's fine. Tim has said in an interview that he wanted the strings to feel more like an electric, so that playing would be seamless between the two of them. It's pretty good. Obviously there is a difference between playing electric strings and playing classical strings, but it's a pretty seamless shift if there had to be one. Would I recommend that you get a set of these? Absolutely. If you're not a typical classical player, like me, I'm not a classical player at all. If you have one of these because you love the sound and you love what Polyphia have done with it and what the entirety of Polyphia fans have done with this guitar, definitely worth it. It's definitely worth picking up a set of these. So because of that, I'm going to give them a 9.5 out of 10. It makes the feeling of playing between the two instruments so much easier. Now, looking online at most UK sellers, these strings are about £21, these are £22. And as strings typically go, they're £7 to £10 usually. That's not taking fully into account the price of shipping or other websites having a little bit of a higher price point for free shipping or, you know, anything like that. I think because this is a signature set, that's why they put it at such a higher price point. Not quite sure if I overall like that, but it is what it is. If you like a set of strings or if you like a product, you're going to want to pay the extra money to get said product. Now, the fret wrap's a fret wrap. I'm sorry, but this is a normal one. I've had this for a good couple of years. A fret wrap usually comes in at around £12.99, £13, sort of give or take. It's pretty standard. It mutes strings. This one, it mutes strings. It's got a logo on it and it's got like a fake leather on the front. I did look to see if you could buy this separately. You can. And it's £24. This is more than the strings. For £24 as opposed to half the price, unless you really want to show off that there's a logo on it, there's not much point in buying the expensive one. It doesn't do anything different. It's a fret wrap. There's not much else to it. And the thing that I'm most disappointed about with this bundle is the cable. It looks like it's built wonderfully. It sounded amazing until it didn't. What I mean by that is this has come straight out of the box, straight from the factory where it was packed in. The price point of the whole box, I would have liked something a little bit more consistent. I had issues with this cable, and I know it was the cable because I checked in several guitars. I've done a little bit of cable repair in the past. When you undo it, it's completely housed. Even if there was just a little bit of resoldering needs doing, I would need to take apart all of this to fix it. So unless I can get someone to fix this, I may not be keeping this, which is annoying because I love the black and white aesthetic, if you can't tell from the room. But yeah, it's just a letdown for me personally. After reviewing all of these products separately and the bundle as a whole, I did come to a little bit of a price breakdown. The Ernie Ball Tim Henson Signature Bundle retails in the UK at $89.99. The electric strings are about £21 on their own. The acoustic strings are £22. Fret wrap coming up at £24. A standard 10-foot cable being anywhere from £15 to £21. We're actually under the price point. With all that taken into consideration, our markup's £82 to £86. So we're spending up to a minimum of £4 on the box, which, as we saw before, it's just a box. Do I think the bundle is worth it? Kinda. I'm a Polyphia fan, and I've loved their music for a long time, and I really like the business end of what they're doing. Everything that Tim and Scott are doing with Ibanez, bringing out their signature series, they're very forward thinking, which is great. However, I can't say that the price of the box as a whole feels worth it. The strings are really great. I'm very, very impressed with them, but I'm going to have to give the whole product about a 6.5 out of 10. The price point is a little bit high for what they put it as, and for the inconsistency with the cable and the overpricing on something such as the fret wrap, just doesn't quite seem financially suitable in my personal opinion. So those are my thoughts on the Ernie Ball Tim Henson signature bundle. It's not the most price efficient bundle out there. If you are a Polyphia fan, if you are a fan of Tim Henson, you will probably want to get it. This is just my personal opinion on the product. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next video.